Hello, everyone. This is Lisa Andrus, Psychic Medium, and this is your weekly reading for October 5th to 11th, 2015. And this week I have a brand new deck that I was excited to use with you, and it's the Wisdom of the Oracle Divination Cards by Colette Baron Reid. I have, I think, almost all of her decks. I often do not use them in the readings because sometimes they're a little harder to understand the meaning of the cards, and I feel like I have to have the guidebook out, even though I could intuit the message. But I did shuffle the deck and pre-draw the cards this week, and I did look at them ahead of time because I felt like I just wanted to look through the guidebook just to make sure what the cards meant. But I really think that these are beautiful cards and some beautiful messages on the cards. Now that I do weekly readings, I like to have, and I know I have plenty of decks of cards, but I try to be selective with the decks that I get. And I had this one on pre-order. I just really, really like it, and I really like Colette Baron Reid. So with that, let's see what this beautiful week has in store. The Monday, Tuesday card is Chop Wood. And when I had originally drawn this card, it was in the reverse position. And Colette, with her decks, she calls this the protection position. And the Chop Wood card, what this means is that, we all have our dreams. We all have our things that we wish and hope for. But sometimes we have to do an everyday task like chop wood, and in a way that's taking action steps towards our dreams and taking our attention off of, I guess, obsessing about the dreams. And you just kind of have to do and get lost in the daily tasks that help to make your way there. And maybe it has nothing to do with your dream, but you chop the wood because it keeps your mind off of your troubles, or you get involved in activities because it keeps your mind off of troubles. The protection message in this, from the card having been reversed, was that if you do have these amazing dreams, you have to basically get off your butt and do something towards the direction of your dreams. They're not just going to come to you if you don't help co-create with the universe. So in essence, that brings the chop wood message. Get out there, chop some wood, take some steps towards your dreams, and you will co-create and co-conspire with the universe to make those dreams a reality. But remember that somehow getting lost in the everyday detail keeps our mind kind of off of the big picture, which we so often obsess about, and in a way get in our own way because we're kind of trying to tell the universe how, when the universe really knows how, what, when, and what's best. We just have to put the thought out there. And I have to say that for me personally, I like this message. It kind of gave me comfort when I saw it and looked to see what the card was about. Because I think we do sometimes forget the beauty of those details and the beauty of those things. They want to say to me right now, give yourself a break. If you need a break, give yourself a break. But sometimes the busy activities, if you have an abundance of energy and you don't feel like sitting down to take a break or sitting down to meditate, do something like chop wood or cook or clean the house or whatever. And it keeps your mind off of your troubles. And maybe for some of you, it's working out. But regardless, remember that sometimes we have to remember the importance of otherwise mundane activities, not only to accomplish things that we need to accomplish, but also to help keep us pointed in the right directions and ultimately keep our mind off of our troubles, okay? So the middle of the week here has a card that is blessed. And when I read what this card was about, and it seems pretty obvious to me, but it means that you will have unexpected and unearned blessings that will come your way. That's the book literally said that, unearned, unexpected. And so you have to open up your mind to just receiving whatever blessings come. It might be, if you've been wishing for romance, it may be that somebody suddenly appears and seems like a blessing in your life. It could be a literal windfall. It could be a miraculous healing. It could be many things, but it looks like we are just so blessed. It seems to me like we're kind of coming out of the woods. So I love the fact that the beginning of the week, the message was chop wood because I feel like we're kind of coming out of the woods. I feel like almost like we've been in a shroud this year. And somebody that I know actually said something to me last week about the reading that I did, noticing that my energy was different. And you know what? I think that we're all just changing. And in a way, it's sort of a metamorphosis. You know, I've been through a lot this year. I've moved a couple of times. I've had a breakup. I changed jobs in there. It was really a lot of change that I guess was for my greatest and highest good. But in processing it and in living the change, it really changes a person's energy. And so maybe the change that, is happening maybe with me, it's happening with some of you as well, where it's like you feel like you're a different person now than you were a year ago. And I feel like things are just getting better and dreams are coming true. They want me to say to you, if you have health things that are coming up in your body right now, it's just a chance for you to heal it and for you to kind of decide what you're willing to put up with or put into your body anymore. For me, they want me to say that I have kind of a nervous stomach. I just always have. I suppose that's where I take some of my anxiety. And last night I chose to skip a meal. And I knew what I was doing at the time. But I just didn't really feel like eating. But I know that for me, skipping a meal has a certain detriment to my body. Because I have such a sensitive nervous system, it's really hard for my body when I skip a meal. So today I'm kind of suffering the after effects of it. And they just want to remind us that we repeat some of these lessons until we learn them. That sometimes when we've been coasting along and we haven't had that happen, we have to have something like this reoccur to remind us, that we're human and we have to honor our bodies. My mom said something to me earlier because she was mentioning that she threw out her back and she's in her 60s and she said, I keep thinking that I'm young and then I forget and I lift something and I throw out my back. Or what she says is, I keep thinking I'm Xena, warrior princess. And I have to remember my limits, but I just think that, I'm still young again, and I could appreciate that. But I don't want to digress from this card too much, but I think that we have some amazing blessings that are on the way this week. All right, so let's see what the weekend has in store. And the weekend's card is higher power. And the message of this card really is that there's always a higher power at work for us. So to let go and to let God, and remember that God is in charge, that the universe is in charge, that source is in charge. And to get your mind off of the how. When you say a prayer or put a wish out into the universe, remember to just let it go and let God. What I really love about this message is there's a message that we've got just unexpected, amazing blessings. And then we've got a message that, the higher power really is behind this and is at work on our behalves. So I have to say, I just think this week is a beautiful message about remembering that the mundane tasks are really there for a reason, to help us kind of keep us busy, and to remember that we have to take some steps like chopping wood or mundane tasks to take steps towards our dreams. And just unexpected blessings and higher power at work. What this higher power card says to me as well is that our prayers have been answered whether we think that they've been heard or not. And I just heard something. I have You may have heard me say this before, but to make a long story short, 3 years ago, I went on a weight loss program, Weight Watchers, because I just felt like my weight was kind of, I'd never wanted to worry about it, but I guess I felt like I needed to do something about it. And so I kind of asked for guidance, did Weight Watchers, lost about 40 pounds, which is what I needed to lose. And I had kept it off for the most part for 2.5 years. And then this last, I don't know, probably about 6 months ago, I gained, I would say 10 or 12 pounds back. And it's been kind of frustrating me. And I had a moment with myself where I just looked in the mirror the other day and I affirmed that, I'm beautiful no matter what my size is. And that I still haven't, I'm going to be okay if I stay at this weight. I'm going to be okay if I go back down to the weight I was. I'm going to be okay if for any reason I get back to where I started from. I'm going to be okay no matter what. But I feel like the reason that I'm talking about that is because I was seeing the higher power card and just remembering that I really, truly am blessed and I am healthy. And if it is just a little bit of weight that I think, especially as women, we're really self-conscious about, we're really tough on ourselves about, to remember that we're truly blessed and we're healthy, and to take guided steps if it is something like losing weight or getting healthy, like, maybe it's going to the gym or whatever. But to remember to take the action steps and to know that we're blessed and that a higher power is at work and that you're safe. They just want to say, stop worrying. They know it's easier said than done, but stop worrying and take care of yourself and try not to be too hard on yourself, because we're harder on ourselves than anybody would ever be. Harder on ourselves than we would ever be to, even in some instances, our enemies. And so to remember that you are a heavenly being of God and the universe, and to know that you're on earth for a special purpose, even if you don't see what it is right now. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in with me every week. I love you all, and I'll speak to you again next week.